Hey, hello all my dear YouTube friends. How are you doing today and happy Saturday? Well, at least it's Saturday where I am right now. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Mia and I live in Denmark together with my husband and 4 cats. Um, I hope you'll consider subscribing. There's a subscribe button right down there. Next to it, you'll find a bell. If you ding that and choose all, you'll be notified whenever I put up a new video. And if you're back, welcome back. I'm so happy to see you, and I hope you know that I cherish every single one of you. Sorry. So I am trying to reach 350 subscribers, and I'll have a surprise for all of you when I get there. So please consider subscribing, okay? Um, Yeah, here is every Saturday that I'm reading a fairy tale from Hans Christian Andersen, the Danish author that lived way back. I need to look into it when he lived and when he died because I don't know. But what I do know is that I love his fairy tales and I've read almost every single one of them in Danish. So, I do enjoy reading them in English to see, what the difference is. And I hope you enjoy them as well, because otherwise, why do I read them, right? Um, I would love it if you would give my video a thumbs up before you head out, and I would also appreciate it if you would write a comment down below, telling me what you liked about the story, what you think the morale is of the story, fairy tale, and just saying hi or something. I love when you do that. So yeah, let's get to it. And if you haven't been here before, I am reading these fairy tales off of my phone, so I will be looking down. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm still yawning. It is a side effect from my new medication. So yeah, let's get to it. This story is called Delaying is Not Forgetting. There was an old mansion surrounded by a marshy ditch with a drawbridge which was but seldom let down. Not all guests are good people. Under the roof were loopholes to shoot through and to pour down boiling water or even molten lead on the enemy should he approach. Inside the house the rooms were very high and had ceilings of beams, and that was very useful considering the great deal of smoke which rose up from the chimney fire where the large damp logs of wood smouldered. On the walls hung pictures of knights in armor and proud ladies in gorgeous dresses. The most stately of all walked about alive. She was called Meta Mogan. She was the mistress of the house. To her belonged the castle. Towards the evening robbers came. They killed 3 of her people and also the yard dog, and attached Mrs. Meta to the kennel by the chain, while they themselves made good cheer in the hall and drank the wine and the good ale out of the cellar. Mrs. Meta was now on the chain. She could not even bark. But lo, the servant of one of the robbers secretly approached her. They must not see it, otherwise they would have killed him. Mrs. Meta Mogan, said the fellow, do you still remember how my father, when your husband was still alive, had to ride on the wooden horse? You prayed for him, but it was no good. He was to ride until his limbs were paralyzed. But you stole down to him, as I now steal down to you. You yourself put a little stone under each of his feet that he might have support. Nobody saw it, or they pretended not to see it, for you were the young, gracious mistress. My father had told me this, and I have not forgotten it. Now I will free you, Mrs. Meta Mogan. Then they pulled out the horses out of the stable and rode off in the rain and went to obtain the assistance of friends. Thus the small service done to an old man was richly rewarded, said Meta Mogan. Delaying is not forgetting, said the fellow. The robbers were hanged. There was an old mansion. It is still there. It did not belong to Miss Mittermogen. It belonged to another old noble family. We are now in the present time. The sun is shining on the gilt knob of the tower. Little wooden islands lie like bouquets on the water, and wild swans are swimming around them. In the garden grow roses. The mistress of the house is herself the finest rose petal. She beams with joy, the joy of good deeds, however, not done in the wide world, but in her heart, and what is preserved there is not forgotten. Delaying is not forgetting. Now she goes from the mansion to a little peasant hut in the field. Therein lives a poor paralyzed girl. The window of her little room looks northward. The sun does never enter here. The girl can only see a small piece of field which is surrounded by a high fence. But today the sun shines here. The warm, beautiful Son of God is within her little room. It comes from the south through the new window where formerly the wall was. The paralyzed girl sits in the warm sunshine and can see the wood and the lake. The world has become so large, so beautiful, and only through a single word from the kind mistress of the mansion. The word was so easy, the deed so small, she said. The joy it afforded me was infinitely great and sweet. And therefore she does many a good deed, thinks of all in the humble cottages and in the rich mansions where there are also afflicted ones. It is concealed and hidden, but God does not forget it. Delayed is not forgotten. An old house stood there. It was in the large town with its busy traffic. There are rooms and halls in it, but we do not enter them. We remain in the kitchen, where it is warm and light, clean and tidy. The copper utensils are shining, the table as if polished with beeswax. The sink looks like a freshly scoured meat board, and all this a single servant has done. And yet she has time to spare, as if she wished to go to church. She wears a bow on her cap, a black bow, that signifies mourning, but she has no one to mourn, neither father nor mother, neither relations nor sweetheart. She is a poor girl. One day she was engaged to a poor fellow. They loved each other dearly. One day he came to her and said, "We both have nothing. The rich widow on the way in the basement the rich widow over the way in the basement has made advances to me. She will make me rich, but you are in my heart. What do you advise me to do?" "I advise you to do what you think will turn out to your happiness," said the girl. "Be kind and good to her, but remember this, from the hour we part, we shall never see each other again." Years passed. Then one day she met the old friend and sweetheart in the street. He looked ill and miserable, and she could not help asking him, "How are you?" "Rich and prospering in every respect," he said. "The woman is brave and good, but you are in my heart. I have fought the battle. It will soon be ended. We shall not see each other again. We shall not see each other again now until we meet before God." A week has passed. This morning his death was in the newspaper. That is the reason of the girl's mourning. Her old sweetheart is dead and has left a wife and 3 stepchildren, as the paper says. It sounds as if there was a crack, but the metal is pure. The black bow signifies mourning. The girl's face points to the same in a still higher degree. It is preserved in the heart and will never be forgotten. Delaying is not forgetting. These are 3 stories, you see, 3 leaves on the same stalk. Do you wish for some more 3-foiled leaves? In the little heart book are many more of them. Delaying is not forgetting. The end. So, tell me, how did you like this story? And what do you think the morale is? Sorry again. Oh. Yeah. What do you think the morale is? I've been thinking about this, and I think it's something in the likes of being kind to others, and you will receive kindness back. I think it's something like that at least. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? I would love to know it. And before you head out, don't forget to give me that thumbs up and, to subscribe if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, have a great weekend and a great week ahead. And I will, hope to see you in my next video or in my live tomorrow. I would love to see you there. We always have a good time. It is fun. And you as my subscribers or just, people stopping by gets to, or well, almost every time decide what we're talking about. So yeah, other than that, hopefully I will see you in my whipping chat on Tuesday. Okay? See you next time. Bye everybody. Love you.